themselves, they're coming after you. You see, this isn't about reducing carbon, it's about reducing you, restricting how far you can travel, what you can eat, and ultimately how much freedom you can enjoy. And once the system is linked to digital IDs and centralized banking, the consequences of exceeding your carbon limits are severe. Overspend on travel or food this month, you can be locked out of making non-essential purchases. And if you think that's far-fetched, China's social credit system operates on the same principles: track, regulate, and punish. And this trial isn't happening in a vacuum. Similar proposals are being floated globally. The EU's Fit for 55 program is pushing personal carbon tracking. The World Economic Forum published reports in 2022 advocating for individual carbon quotas tied to digital IDs. Even the Canadian Climate Accountability Act includes language that promotes integrating personalized carbon targets. As for the typical political hypocrisy, the same elites pushing this nonsense aren't giving up their private jets or lavish lifestyles. In 2022 alone, 1,040 private jets landed at Davos for the WEF summit, just so billionaires could lecture the rest of us about cutting emissions and personal carbon tracking. So here's the truth. Personal carbon allowances won't stop climate change. They will, however, stop you from living freely. They'll hollow out the middle class, decimate local agriculture, and concentrate power in the hands of the global elite. They're testing this in the UK, but trust me, it's headed here too. And many of us know that this is the cornerstone of left-wing politics. Whether we're talking carbon tax, green slush funds, mandating electric vehicles, or net zero, it is their hill to die on. And as far as I can see, it has very little to do with the climate and everything to do with control.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about with these devils. All about control. Ultimately leading up to the CHIP, RFID CHIP, which is the MOTB spoken about in Revelation, the 13th chapter. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakam. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And I hope and pray that this quick lesson be edifying. To the elect. And it's all about control with these devils, man. Start off with that real quick. 2 Corinthians 2:11 in the NOT, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. We're well aware, as brothers, and you few sisters that have been watching, but as brothers that have been watching and reporting on these things of what these devils are up to, man. And as the dude said in the beginning, it's all about control, man. All about control with these devils, man, because they want to be as the Most High, So this is from Natural News. It was published today, Monday, December 30th, 2024, hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, which all the groundwork has been laid out throughout this year, man. So 2025, Lord's will is going to start off with a bang, man. We'll see, So it says, Aaron Day sounds alarm. Central banks create digital totalitarianism through CBDCs, right? And a CBDC stands for Central Bank Digital Currency, right? And the groundwork has already been laid out, like they have here in Babylon. It's called the FedNow, which is FedNow is a service from the Federal Reserve that allows banks and credit unions to offer instant payment services to their customers. Let's see if I got like a better definition. Because it uses AI solutions to add extra layer of security, blah, blah, blah. Oh, there we go. Such as facial, fingerprint, voice, or multi-factor recognition. Great. FedNow is available to bank and credit unions of all sizes, but participation is not mandatory, not yet. Federal Reserve is encouraging all financial institutions to participate. Right, so they want everything digital. And what's that? Oh my God, fuck yeah. House House girl. I used to know it. Digital assets. Digital assets. 067. Executive order. Yahawashi just came back to me. So this is Sleepy Creepy Joe. Executive Order 14067, ensuring responsible development of digital assets. Right. So this all the pieces have been put into place, man. It says Section 1 policy advances in digital and distributed ledger technology for financial services have led to dramatic growth in markets for digital assets, with profound implications for the protection of consumers, right? And this is the devil, coming with their smooth words, smooth. Let's get that. Is that Isaiah 55? Uh, Smoother than butter. Psalms 55. That's what it was. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth, the wicked, were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, man. What it says. Curious. In the NLT, his words are as smooth as butter, but in his heart is war. His words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers. Right? That's exactly what it is, man. In the NIV, his talk is smooth as butter, yet war is in his heart. His words are more soothing than oil, yet they are drawn swords, man. And as the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy, man. Right? So they go under the guise of protection. They're here to help, just like the saying. I think it was from Reagan. I think it was the 9 most terrifying or 11 most terrifying words is I'm here from the government. I'm here from the government. I'm here to help, or something like that. You know, these devils never have your best interests at hand, man. It says protection of consumers, investors, and businesses, including data privacy and security, financial stability and systemic risk, crime, national security, the ability to exercise human rights, financial inclusion, equality, blah, 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 which is all going to lead to, the CBDCs and, why is it leaving me? Blocking. This will come back to me. And they're gonna give everybody the same amount of money. Oh my God, Slovakia. Why is it leaving me right now? It says financial inclusion and equity and energy demand and climate change. In November 2021, non-state issued digital assets reached a combined market capitalization of $3 trillion, up from approximately 14 billion in early November 2016. Monetary authorities globally are also exploring and in some cases introducing central bank digital currency, CBDCs, universal basic income, the water Yahawashi. That's what this is going to lead into them, as they just mentioned right here, because people aren't able to, sustain themselves. They're going to have to, be relying on the government, and through universal basic income, the whole world, they're going to be able to give people a certain amount of money, credits, however they deem fit. But in order to receive it, you would have to be, ultimately
The UK
deal with these, carbon allowances and all this bullshit, man. All the Esau is bullshit. But that's how they're you know pushing forward to get control of the people globally. Let's read some of this. It says several nations, particularly Vietnam and Kuwait, are implementing central bank digital currency (CBDCs) tied to comprehensive digital ID systems. Right, so they're linking the people to the money, raising significant privacy concerns and sparking debate. Critics, including privacy advocate Aaron Day, argue that CBDCs are setting the stage for a global surveillance state where all financial transactions are monitored and citizens' behavior could be linked to a social credit score. Refusal to comply could result in severe consequences. And that's what it's all about, man. That's what was being spoken about in this video. I didn't watch the whole thing. Well, I watched the whole thing, but I didn't play the whole thing, Salakia. But matter of fact, let me play a little bit of it just so you can see what I'm talking about.
They recently completed a carbon credit system trial that sets a daily allowance for each person, a literal cap on your ability to travel, purchase food, clothing, and even heat your home, all rationed under the guise of saving the planet. Your daily carbon limit is capped at 40 kilograms of CO2, with food restricted to just 4 kilograms. So how does this translate to actual food? Well, according to the report, a packet of cheese accounts for 1.1 kilograms of CO2, over 25% of your daily allowance. Red meat? Forget it. If you spent your entire 4 kg allowance on steak, you'd get around 8 ounces of meat. While meat and dairy products have the highest carbon footprints, 2 slices of bread would account for just 3%, while a can of Coke just 4. So basically, diabetes is on the menu. But don't worry, Big Pharma will have you covered, because medications and healthcare products will not be factored into your daily carbon limit.
Look at that. And this is, this is that bullshit that these devils want. And this is why Bahasham and Yahawashi are going to destroy these devils, man. Because they're really pushing forward, to do this foolishness, man. They want people to sit there and eat bugs. And if you keep watching the video, due to this carbon credit bullshit, not be able to, travel, whether it be by car or by plane, because of the amount of carbon it, emits, not be able to eat meat, not be even able to use the internet and video games in certain situations, because you're going to have a level of because of the I forget what it's called, but the warehouses where they house all the machinery, for lack of a better word, that runs the computers that run everything, that emits carbon, and they're gonna have a cap on that, only a certain amount that you could use, and all this tomfoolery, man. And how, let me see if I can get that. Let's see. So 5. These devils are only going to be able to go so far, man. Like the water Yahawashi was shy for, allowing, sincere brothers, and a few sisters to know, what the latter end is going to be for these devils, man. Because if the Lord, let's get that real quick. That's Malachi. Grab it over here. Bahasham Yahawashi got us, man. No flesh. Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days, right? These end times that we're in should be shortened. That's why time is going by so fast, right? There should no flesh be saved, man, right? Because these devils are just doing the most heinous things imaginable. I mean, all I got to do is just go to see if I can just click. That's a lesson I plan on doing after this, Lord's will. Just so you brothers and sisters can see what I'm talking about, man. Like these devils are just, they got to be put down, man. Klaus Schwab warns, it goes right into what we're talking about. Climate change is the next big virus with restrictions worse than the CV, man. And now they've got this bird FLU trial, the jump shots, already 11 deleted. This clown right here, Billy Gates of Hell, plans to chop down billions of trees to radically address climate change. So here you are saying, let me get this straight. There's a problem with too much CO2, and everybody knows that's went to school that the trees breathe in the carbon dioxide and expel oxygen. So wouldn't you want to plant more trees? Wouldn't that make sense? But no. But leave it to the devil, right? The adversary. He wants to do the opposite of the Lord's creation in order to really to delete more people, because less trees means less oxygen. You know what I mean? That's what that is. Why would you want to do something like that? But hey, that's the devil. That's the devil for you, man. You know. Yep, you see it right there. Yeah, look at this. World War III's on the horizon. Study confirms fluoride in the water causes retardation in children. So I mean, look at this. Billy Gates of Hell. You see it. So I mean, lest the days would be shortened, lest the Lord shorten the days. Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days be shortened, should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Man, these devils would take themselves out. These devils would take themselves out. That's how stupid and demented that they are, man. This is why they belong in a goddamn kennel, man. They belong in a cage in shackles, man. They should not be free to roam the earth, because this is what they do. They put on a suit and tie, a damn monkey suit, and people believe them, right? Because they've whitewashed everything and they made themselves appear as the righteous ones, man, when they're nothing but the wicked. Let's get that. Malachi 1 and 3. And I hated Esau. Edom is the so-called white man, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, right? The Lord of armies, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. The border of wickedness. And the people, right, the whole nation against whom the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi have indignation, righteous anger forever. Right? So these people are a cancer to the planet, man. And they really think that they're going to be able to achieve their enterprise. And I'll get that real quick and we'll go back to the article. Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, the elect of the nation of Israel, those days shall be shortened. Allah Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. All praises to Yahawah in the name of his only begotten Son. The world ignorantly calls Jesus Yahawashi, man. Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. Who's the crafty? The wicked, Esau, Edom, right? In particular, the elites, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong, man. So they're only going to be able to go so far, man. Because countries like Vietnam and Kuwait are mandating citizens to register their biometric data, right? Fingerprints, and, ultimately it's going to lead to that CHIP, right? Fingerprints, facial recognition, put all their information on the grid so that they can be tracked and traced, right? For access to bank accounts and government services. And non-compliance can lead to loss of these services. So if you can't get a job, let's go, where's this other? Let me see. There was an article I seen. I don't know if it's on here now. There was an article I seen. This is a good one. U.S. credit card defaults soar to crisis highs as inflation storm crushes working poor, right? So if you can't pay off your credit cards, you can't pay off your mortgage, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your car note, you can't pay your insurance, you can't buy food. There was another article that was talking about the food banks. A lot of people run into the food banks. What are you gonna do? Well, most people are gonna go down to Egypt for help because they trust in Esau. But the scriptures say, Isaiah 30, grab that right quick. Isaiah 30 and 1. And it reads, woe to the rebellious children. Who are the Lord's children? Israel, right? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans and our fellow brethren that were scattered amongst the heathen nations. Woe to the rebellious children. Woe means destruction to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. So who are they taking counsel from? From these devils, right? That's who they would be taking counsel from, the ones that want to destroy them. That's why they're going to get destroyed. And that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And all you got to do is look at the back of the dollar bill. You can see the pyramids. You can see the Washington Monument is an Egyptian obelisk. Everybody already knows Sodom, sodomite activity that goes on here. Ridiculous, So this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, as the scriptures say. And the Lord said that he would send plagues upon Egypt as before. So ancient Egypt got plagued. And guess what? Modern day Egypt, spiritual Egypt, is going to get plagued as well. And the modern day Pharaoh would be basically your presidents, man. Sleepy Creepy Joe and soon DJ Trump. Third verse, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, man, because they're going to trust in this devil, and the devil's going to deceive them, because that's what devil means. The deceiver, man. A liar. It says, let's see. While supporters claim these measures enhance financial inclusion and security, critics view them as steps toward greater state control over financial behavior. Exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be. If you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to cut off your benefits. If you don't, if you exceed these carbon credits, you won't be able to have XYZ. You won't be able to feed your family. We're not going to give you any money for food. We're not going to give you money for travel. You can't you know, board this bus or train because we told you can't even have a car because your carbon credit is too high, so you can't put gas in your car. Now you got to have to ride a bike, wherever you got. Oh, if you don't got a bike, well, you can rent one, but guess what? You can't rent one because your carbon credits are too high. This is the devil for you, man, and this is why the whole world is mourning, man. Um, Mourning. Can't remember how it's like. Um, Wicked Bear. There you go. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Ain't nobody rejoicing right now, man. Nobody's rejoicing. Everybody's complaining all the time. Everybody's, on edge, angry. You know, the alcohol consumption is through the roof. Drug use is through the roof. People deleting themselves is through the roof. Depression is at an all-time high. People can't make their ends meet. The middle class is being decimated right before our eyes. The morality of the people is gone. The mirth of the land is gone. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's who's in rulership right now, man. And they're continuing to further the affliction, to continue on the assault against everybody, including themselves, man, including their own people. He that is wicked to himself, to whom shall he do good, as the scriptures say, man. And it says, while supporters claim these measures enhance uh, financial inclusion and security, critics view them as steps toward greater state control over financial behavior. The trend is growing with 134 countries exploring CBDCs and 11 already launched, man. So this happening, man. This is happening, man. There's nothing, because hey, it's prophecy. It's prophecy, you know. And I'll get that in Revelation the 13th chapter, and I'll close out on that. Privacy advocates and concerned citizens are calling for a reassessment of these policies, emphasizing financial privacy as a fundamental human right. The fight for financial privacy is intensifying globally as more countries adopt these systems. It says, let's see, right here. Critics argue that these incentives are laying the groundwork for a global surveillance state, and that's what these devils want. They want it just like how it is over there in China, man. You know, but there's more cameras than people. You got facial recognition. They got the social credit score. If you well, just like matter of fact, let me see if I can play that real quick. That movie Demolition Man. That was a perfect what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Depiction of what's to come. Demolition Man. Speech. Yeah, maybe it's not. I don't know if it was a speech, but a speech. Ticket, I guess. Here we go. Fair use. Educational purposes only.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money until you get everything done.
I'm getting back on track
Commercial
with fact
Slovakia.
checker. Crush never.
Gun, town, portable firearm. Device was widely utilized in the urban wars of the late 20th century. Pistol.
Look, I don't need a history lesson. Come on, Hal. Where the goddamn guns?
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality
What?
standard.
Fuck you.
He said credit too.
Your repeated violation of the verbal morality statute has caused me to notify the San Angeles Department. Please remain where you are for your reprimand.
Yeah, right.
Right. But the point being, he swore Wesley Snipes there, and he was fined a credit. And in this video, he was talking about you have a daily carbon limit where you can only do so many things according to this limit that they give you. And if they're gonna, implement a social credit score on top of that, they're gonna have different fines, man. And that's what this is. All this bullshit that Esau is doing is all about. Control the people, to try to be as the Most High, to sit in the seat of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, but he is nothing but a man. Not only nothing but a man, but the lowest on the totem. He's the basis of men. I'm talking about Esau Edom, the so-called, the self-proclaimed white man. It says individuals who refuse to comply could face severe consequences. Privacy coin advocate Aaron Day, who appeared on the Alex Jones show on InfoWars on Wednesday, December 18th, is among those voicing alarm. He warned that mandatory enrollment of the digital ID systems and CBDCs could mark the end of financial freedom as we know it. And that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're doing. The whole point of what's going on with the CBDCs is a movement toward a single global digital currency and complete surveillance state, Day told the health ranger Mike Adams, who was the program's guest host for the episode. All of our transactions are monitored, and our behavior is tied to a social credit score. So that's been, that's pretty much it. I mean, it keep going even more, but ultimately it's leading to the MO to the TV, man. That's what it's all headed to, and it's gonna come. The Lord's gonna have it come to the whole world, to test the whole world, man. Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a MARK, charagma, an implantable device, right? RFID C-hip in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And the guy that made that helped develop the C-hip, he realized after he made it that it was in the Bible. He read Revelation. He said, "Oh my God, that's what I just did." He said that he needed the battery in order to charge the battery of the C-hip. It had to have a fluctuation in temperature, and he said the two places that fluctuated like that was the forehead and the hand, preferably between the thumb and the index finger. Man, you can't make this up, man. Bahasham Yahawashi is making it clear, to their elect, man, what it is, man. And the Lord is drawing a line in the sand, man, because any Israelites out there, man, if you take this, man, there's no repenting from this, man. You will be destroyed. You absolutely will be destroyed, because if you take this, you're basically pledging allegiance to the devil and the beast. That's what you're doing. Revelation 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save, meaning except he that had the MARK or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You will not be able to participate in society. And that's what the CBDCs and All this is biometrics and right, all being linked to it. That's what this is all about. You will not be able to participate in society unless you have it. That's why they want you to have digital IDs, biometric IDs, all this bullshit to link you to the grid. So you can be completely controlled, man. You know, completely controlled. That's what this is all about. Let's get the consequence real quick and I'll close it out. Just for any new listeners, man. So you don't take that RFID C hit, man, and put the C and the HIP together, man. You know, that's what it is. Implantable device, man. Right there. This is the MO to the TV, man. The mark of the beast, right here. This is what they want to. They want everybody to take, man. And you're gonna have everybody's information written on here. Your credit card information, your healthcare information, your driver's license, your ID, you know, your EBT, whatever, man. It's all gonna be on here, and this is how you will be identified in this dystopian world that they're planning. This is what they want everybody to get, man. This is what the devil's coming with. And taking this thing, right, is showing your allegiance to Esau and his beast system, man. And Yahawashi is not with that, man. And this is the consequences, the doom for worshippers of the beast. Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, right, his system, which they're setting up, right, this dystopian system that they're setting up right before our very eyes, right, where they completely control everything. They got you some goddamn carbon credits and, you know, social credit score and all this bullshit, you know, while the elites can still fly around and eat meat and do whatever the hell they want to do, walk around naked, whatever the hell they're trying to do. They want you to be in a smart city, you know, eating bugs and worrying about your goddamn carbon credits and not, you know, worrying about how many burgers did you have today, man. Why Yahawashi is going to destroy these goddamn devils. Anybody in their right mind, any jakes out there, you would never trust in these goddamn devils, man, because all they have is your destruction in mind, man. Matter of fact, let me get that. Second Ezra 12:17. I started at 16. An enemy, right? Go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter. They'll tell you the enemies of Israel. And the top enemy is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the self-proclaimed white man. Devil that the Bible speaks of. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, right? Smooth words, smoother than butter, right? But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes. Oh my God, we got to save the planet. This is going to be the best thing ever. This is how we're going to move forward as a society. This is the only way. The planet is dying. We have to go this way. There's no other option. Blah, blah, blah. All this bullshit that these devils spew out of their pie holes, right? He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, right? Tough times, different things happening to you, thou shalt find his funky ass there first. Thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, man. That's the goal. The goal is to undermine you. They're telling you that this is for your betterment. And meanwhile, they're trying to destroy you, man, because they know that the Lord isn't with this. And if you take this, you're going to get destroyed, man. But they're trying to control you, man. They're trying to control you. But they're trying to, trying to say it's good for you. It's for the betterment of society. Just like when 911 happened, they put all this surveillance in there. They put all these new laws and unrighteous decrees into play, all in the name of public safety. And this is going to happen all over again. Never trust thine enemy. Revelation 14:9, and a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his charagma, right? And receive his charagma, right? Mark of the beast, right? In his forehead or in his hand, right? Elon Musk has the neural link. The guy I was just talking about, they already got those. People in Switzerland, a whole bunch of people already got these, rice devices, man. It's out there. They already seen videos of people paying with their their hand. They got Amazon got the Palm Pay to get the people. Yeah, see, this is a woman right here. A woman gets RFID, see it, in her hand to use, right? So it's out there, man. Yeah, see right there. Yep, they got the readers already there. They got. Are you ready for medical? See it, So it's all there, man. They got the Amazon got the Palm Pay to get the people used to seeing people pay with their hands. It's all there, man. It's all, look at that. It's all here. These devils have been putting it. You can open your car door. They're trying to make it look convenient. They have been pushing towards this, for some time now, man. And they're ready to put it out there and make it mandatory, man. And if for the ones that don't get it, threaten with death, man, with the guillotines, man. Revelation 14:10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstones, and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb, Yahawashi, man. The angels, man. When that nuclear destruction comes raining on this place, Babylon, aka America, Yahawashi and the angels are gonna witness it, man. For the ones that didn't, that chose to go down to Egypt for help, man. That chose to trust in oppression, man. Trust in these damn devils and all their wicked schemes, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to, sound the alarm, on what these devils are up to. The CBDC is going to lead to the RFID, CHIP, and these devils are pushing towards totalitarianism, like they said, and ultimately, you know, uh, social credit scores, carbon credit scores, and all that bullshit in order to try to feel as if they're gods on earth, you know. But Yahawashi are only gonna let them go so far, or he dismantles that whole bullshit that they're planning. So I hope and pray this lesson was edifying to your elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS, Great Millstone, taught me his truth, who rule well. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning. Find this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. Salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I want to say a Baba Ball. Kwam Yasharala. Hey, shalom. To the next one.